We've struggled for a while with the dogs running off the property. They don't want to stay on the property. We've met the majority of our neighbors through awkward encounters that I would like to never repeat again. One involving one of our dogs falling in a neighbor's swimming pool and not being able to get out. In the last week, every time the dogs have been loose in the backyard, they've run off. It's been a struggle. I've done a bunch of research, worked out to needing 1,500 feet of wire, enclosing just shy of 3 acres. I called Sport Dog and had them quote me a system. It was going to be at least $450 for 2 collars, enough wire to do all of that and the system. And then I called a company called PetSafe, and they said, "You were just talking to my colleague." And I said, "Wait, didn't I just call PetSafe? And didn't I call Sport Dog last time?" And they said, "Yeah, we're the same company." So the difference is that PetSafe is the home version. Sport Dog is more the hunting brand. It also is a beefier version. I got a PetSafe quote. It was going to be $330 or $340 with a refurbed system. I then went on Amazon and did the same quote with the same equipment. The Amazon purchase was much cheaper. I have the system. I have all the wire. I've got a lot of work to do. Here's what we're going to do. We've got our PetSafe system. We're gonna wire it up in the garage. We've got 3 spools of 500 feet of wire. We've got 1 here and 2 in my pack. And we're going to lay it all out on the ground, all 1,500 feet of it, make sure it all fits, connect it all up, make sure it works. And then we're gonna have to go back around and dig it all into the ground, which is gonna take a really long time. But I want to make sure it's all connected and working before we dig it into the ground, because it would really stink if we put it all in the ground and then we had no idea where a break was. So that's what we're gonna do. It works well enough at least to get the basic layout. We've got wire here, and I'm digging a trench in the ground. You'll see there. PetSafe says you should, hi Bentley, how are you? You should push the wire in with a paint stick. It makes me a little nervous. I feel like could easily break the wire, so I'm using my hands to push it in because I want to be able to feel what I'm doing. That probably will change as we go into the woods. What do you think? Yeah. All right, let's keep shoveling. So I've gotten in this far. Now I need to do the walkway. They say to put the wire in conduit. I don't have any conduit. I do have a piece of PEX. I might just use that. I think that's gonna work just as well. Problem is, I can't thread it because this is a continuous piece of wire. I have to figure out a way to cut this so that it's open and I can sort of wrap it around the wire. I kind of like the idea of the bottom open so that the wire, it like drains out. It doesn't like hold water. I guess I could run it on the table saw. That would work, right? Safety first. What do you think, buddy?
I know, I'm sorry, but you're gonna love it so much better in a bit, don't you?
I was cutting the video together last night, and I realized I didn't have a proper ending for the video. I didn't really describe where we're at right now. We've run on the wire. I've dug in a couple 100 feet of it. I'm gonna do another video showing where I'm at with digging things in and my process, because it's definitely changed. We did a training with the dogs with just the beep of the collar. You'd take the dog on a leash, you'd walk towards the fence line and a flag, the collar would beep, you'd pull the dog back and you give him a treat. The dogs didn't understand that the beep meant something, and that's probably just my poor ability to train a dog. Worked with the dogs a couple times with just the beep. Then I turned up the shock to the first setting and there was no response. The dogs didn't appear to notice the static shock at all. So I turned up to the second setting. They still didn't seem to catch the shock at all. They had no response to it. And then I was worried that I just dropped a bunch of money and spent a ton of time for absolutely nothing. But it turns out that the collars were just loose. Once I tightened the collars up a little bit, then they responded to the static shock, and it took 2 more training sessions, and they, even in areas where there aren't flags down yet, they are smart enough to back up. I do need to get the flags around before I let the dogs run loose, because without seeing the flags, they don't know which direction to go in. They just know they're getting shocked. So the backup that we taught them, they don't know where they're backing up from. Flags will be probably tomorrow when the weather's a little better. Hope y'all have a great day.